Nefarian. Player games Nefarian. Hey, welcome to FailCraft. I'm Hammy, and we are playing Tavern Brawl, which has just launched in the EU. We played as Ragnaros. We're hopefully going to see in this game if we can play as Nefarian to show you the first Tavern Brawl from another perspective. If you're not familiar with Tavern Brawl, it's a brand new free game mode that's introduced for Hearthstone. Every week there will be a new challenge of some description, and if you get a win for the first few weeks, they've not specified. There we go, we're Nefarian. Excellent. You play against another player, either with deck constraints, apparently, that you're going to be given. You could have to build decks around certain themes, or you get given pre-scripted, pre-created decks to play, such as this one. So you can see that we are playing as Nefarian, and it is going to be very fun indeed. Right, I'm looking forward to this. Going to mulligan back a couple. We go second. Nefarian starts with a bit more mana, and Ragnaros, we've played before, is quite a tough little challenge. So looking forward to seeing what we can do with Nefarian. We start, of course, with more mana. Now, Ragnaros becomes good in the late game. You'll see his deck spin out as we go. Nefarian starts with an accelerated advantage and needs to make the most of that advantage by getting really hard table control as soon as possible. And I'm looking to do all kinds of nastiness, put on all kinds of pressure, and we can do that pretty fast. So Archimedes, whenever your opponent plays a card gain 2 attack, very difficult for Ragnaros to deal with it in the early game, or I could just go straight from Magmatron. Whenever a player plays a card and Magmatron deals 2. I'm actually going to accelerate out. I can actually just go Velstraz straight next go. See how powerful this deck is in the early game. I can even Shadow Step a minion back for another battle cry. So Nefarian, hero power, add a random spell from any class into your hand and it costs 2 mana less. So you can do some really crazy ramping. I'm just throwing lots of spells. I can play Velstraz on turn 2. You can basically see that we really need to try and use Nefarian's early mana advantage as fast as we can. Now Ragnaros, of course, when his weapon is all used up, once Sulfuras is used up, gets deal 8 damage to a random enemy hero power, which does make it a little dangerous for us. So I can go Veil, I can go for a Dragon getting 1/1. I don't really want to Shadow Flame. It would be quite nice if I could remove that Magma Rager. That's of course not a played card. So the first thing I could do is, it all depends on whether I want to Velstraz and play my cards for 3 less. I can actually get down a Blackwing Tech as well. And then perhaps Anixia the turn afterwards. They can't kill Veil. Tough decisions. I think really we'll go for this trade to start with. That does make that a little bit vulnerable, but then I can just play Veil. I can pick up Archimedes and then play him again for 1 mana next turn. That might make a whole bunch of sense. Ooh. Oh. You see that combo? So Archimedes costs 4, Shadow Step costs 2 less, Velstraz costs 3 less. Oh, that was so fun. So yeah, you can see how this this deck is a little bit imber. Down goes Moira. Now summoning Thorson. If Thorson is summoned, I want to make sure I can kill him pretty fast. So we need to focus on that. Magmatron, whenever a player plays a card. So Bite will let me remove... I don't really want to Shadow Flame anything. Magmatron, whenever a player plays a card, Magmatron deals 2. I want to be playing more cards more quickly, ideally. Is there anything wrong with this? I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Now the real thing is, do I want to take out Thorson or do I just charge? I think I'm going to... I'm going to negate Thorson. It's nice, I don't really want to lose Veil, but I just don't want that whole hand of Ragnaros cards getting any cheaper. So even if there is something, then Veil would be the obvious target. There we go, in come the buffs. If you're going to take something, take Veil, because that makes me very powerful and nasty. Now I can play everything before playing Magmatron and then just force forward for a whole bunch of damage. Yep, that's the sensible choice, that's what you should certainly go for. Good decision by opponent. In comes Molten Magma Rager, the 5/1 Magma Rager. Okie dokie, Blackwing Corruptor. If I'm holding a Dragon which I'm not to deal 3, I can do nasty fiery things in terms of removal. And I feel that we've got a fairly easy removal here. I'm going to firstly throw this down, see what we get. We get Starfall, 5 damage to a minion, or 2 damage to all enemy minions. Well, actually, nothing wrong with I'm just going to use that for control. And the reason for that, keeps all my big minions alive. Black-Wing Corruptor I can use for some pressure. I can just throw down Magmatron for some additional pressure and charge the face. So we've got some good pressure there. Shadow Flame we can use for board clearance. That should work pretty nicely indeed. Righty then, so in comes Gar. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 2/3 elemental with taunt. We have seen Tremedia's attacking, just throwing down Gar. So if I can kill that in one go, which I can, kill the taunting minion, which I can, leaves me in a good position. In fact, I can just... Oh, I don't have a dragon. That was a massive fail play. Oh dear. Misdirection. Cool. It's going to do some damage to me. What do I want to be doing? I'm going to... I'm going to just... Oh, it didn't even kill him. That was embarrassing. Oh dear. That was terrible. Terrible, terrible play. I didn't even kill him with an 8 attack minion. I couldn't have made that much worse. And remember that Ragnaros and things has Flame Strike. So chronic misplay by me there, pretty much giving up the game. If I'd gone face with everything, it would have been much better. There we go. Misdirection. I'm going to attack another random character. What's it going to do damage to? Cheers. Remember, of course, he gets the new hero power, which means he can do random 8 damage, and that means he's going to start picking off random things. So yeah, Die Insect, an obvious play. Down goes an Ixia. Down goes Molten Giant, and you can see the comeback is real. There we go, but Toxitron, Magmatron still doing a little bit of damage. In terms of the chip, Black-Wing Corruptor, that would be beautiful. So I'm really messed up with Rend. If I'd had a dragon in hand, it would have been a lot better. 2 Core Hound Pups incoming, and we see just a 2 damage to face. Right. I've actually got a lethal though, I think. Let's not mess this up. Let's not mess this up. Well played, says Nefarian. Love it. There we go. There, there's our free pack. Cool stuff. So to finish our little celebration, there we go. 3 at 3 ends in 4 days wins. You can play that as many times as you like. You can brawl your friends. I'm wondering if 3 at 3 is like the serial number for the brawl. So we'll just finish up this vid as we open this pack. Normal pack. I'm just going to say where you can find us. This was streamed live, twitch.tv/FailCraft Cast. In the column on the left, we go generally live Monday through Friday, some lunch times, mostly those times in the evening. Check at FailCraft Casts on Twitter for when we're going to go live. This is, of course, on YouTube too. If you're watching this on YouTube, big welcome. Do subscribe, like or comment. Let us know what we could do better. Couple of rares there. And last but not least, the website, failcraft.org. We always tweet on at FailCraftCasts on Twitter before we're going to go live. On the website you can find articles, news, all of our videos and a whole bunch of other stuff. YouTube, of course, contains Hearthstone Half Hour, over 200 episodes of our Hearthstone series, as well as other things too. So thanks very much for tuning into FailCraft. If you're on YouTube, do check out in the top left the video of this game from a Ragnaros perspective as well, because you can play as Ragnaros in this Tavern Brawl as well as Nefarian. And remember, Tavern Brawls just launched from Hearthstone, new weekly challenge, this new button on your screen, free to get involved with. And if this is June 2015 and you're watching, you should play them every week for the first few weeks, because as you've just seen, you can get a free pack of cards for a win. Thanks for tuning in to FailCraft, and I've been Hammy. Hopefully see you soon. Take it easy.